The following has been brought to you by Comptonmania, bringing you sports entertainment, repping the hub city. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm your boy Anthony Desiree here with Comptonmania. Welcome to Monday Night Comptonmania. And ladies and gentlemen, yes, this Saturday night. This Saturday afternoon. Listen, we're always so big on what's happening in the evening, but in the afternoon, at the noonday, this Saturday, Comptonmania returns with the New Year's Bash. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining us here on Monday Night Comptonmania, this is the go-home show for New Year's Bash. Ladies and gentlemen, Showtime's going to be joining me shortly. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, there's so much to look forward that's taking place this Saturday at the New Year's Bash. Listen, if you have yet to get tickets or if you have yet to make your plans to be there, you want to be there as Comptonmania returns. I'm telling you, it's going to be an awesome time for New Year's Bash. Listen, we're going to have all the wrestlers, all the action going down. Bell time is noon this Saturday, January 28th, 2023. Bell time is 12 p.m. The address is 821 Rosecrown Avenue. General admission $30. Kids are $15. Compton residents are $25. And Compton resident kids are $10. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to be there. It's the New Year's Bash. It ain't your average party, brought to you by our friends at Can-Am Dental and our new partner, Donkey Bongs. Listen, there's so much going on. Not only that, ladies and gentlemen, but Donkey Bongs TV is bringing in all the up and coming new dope hip hop artists. Listen, you got a hip hop show. You got pro wrestling. It's Comptonmania. You want to be there. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, there's so many stories that are taking place, but none have really taken the cake like what we've seen lately when it comes to Shiloh Greaves and the urban juggernaut Sean Black. That's right, the champion, the Comptonmania champion, the MFM, Sean Black. We haven't been talking about it much over these last couple of weeks. We've been talking about all the other matches taking place. But ladies and gentlemen, we got the urban juggernaut Sean Black, the MFM, the Comptonmania champion. I mean, he's been on a tear, defending the title after winning, defeating Manny Mars after a year-long championship reign. He defeats Manny Mars at the anniversary show. He defends the title in November at Comptonmania After Dark against Elijah Friday. He defends the title against Manny Mars in the rematch at the ASCW Winters Wonderland. He then defends the title again against Julio, the referee, at Comptonmania Christmas Chaos. And then he also was Shiloh Greaves stepped up to him at the Donkey Bong's hip hop party. Comptonmania was there to try to set up this relationship with Donkey Bong. We had the champ there, and then Shiloh interrupts, challenges Sean Black on the spot. He wins there. Sean Black has been on a tear, but ladies and gentlemen, some of us don't know everything that's gone into the buildup of this match, the buildup of this feud. And so, ladies and gentlemen, today we want to make sure that we can drop the nuggets on you to let you know what exactly is going into this championship bout. This championship bout, ladies and gentlemen, yes, it is a last man standing match. Ladies and gentlemen, that means you have to incapacitate your opponent where they won't be able to answer the referee's count of 10. Ladies and gentlemen, so a good old-fashioned TKO knockout, that's how you're going to have to do it if you're expecting to win. And Shiloh Greaves, the challenger, he's coming into this clash with a lot of animosity already built up at Christmas Chaos. If you've yet to watch it, you can order that now. You can go to Comptonmania.com. The Christmas Chaos is available. You can click there. You can pay whatever you'd like to pay, and you'd be able to see what took place at Christmas Chaos. But it was at the Comptonmania Christmas party. The urban juggernaut, the champion, listen, he was there. The belt came up missing, and everybody was wondering who stole the belt, who took the belt. And if we found out that it was Shiloh Greaves. Shiloh is doing everything he can to get under to get on the nerves of the champ. Listen, and ladies and gentlemen, you want to be there. That's a matchup that's going to be like no other. You basically got to knock your opponent out to gain the victory. Man, oh man, ladies and gentlemen, I am looking forward to this matchup. You want to be there. It is the last man standing match here this Saturday, January 28th. Once again, the bell time is 12 noon, 821 Rosecrown Avenue in the city of Compton. Listen, you want to be there. The urban juggernaut, Sean Black, taking on Shiloh Greaves. Man, oh man, this matchup is going to be something else. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go into that. We're going to showcase a little bit of that match, a little bit of the highlights of what has brought us to this match. But we're going to go ahead and take a little break. We're going to go ahead into our sponsors. We want to just take and give a shout out to a couple of our sponsors on tonight. Come on, every sponsor is important. If you got a business, if you got industry and you're looking to increase your business, then maybe you want to become a Comptonmania sponsor. Come on, we'll be right back after these messages.
Business owners, are you seeking to get your business in front of a new clientele? Are you seeking to get your business in front of a new masses of people? Well, then you need to become a part of Comptonmania advertising. Comptonmania offers you the opportunity to get your business in front of a mass of new clients and new customers. Comptonmania offers your brand to be promoted in front of over 11,000 Instagram followers and before 200 live attending audience members at every Comptonmania show. Your brand will also be promoted every Monday night on Monday Night Comptonmania during our commercial breaks. You need to get your business out there. You need a new audience. You need a new crowd. You need new customers. Then you need to tag up with a tag team partner in the ring of business. That is Comptonmania. Join us. Get your business out there with Comptonmania advertisement.
Showtime! My man!
OD, what's the deal?
Hey, brother. Theo, what you been up to? What you been up to? Man, I've been up in here getting my buzz on, messing with gate buzz. Your buzz on, oh, man, you're always up there. Let me tell you something. When I eat too much of this, I turn into the MF. What is that? Oh, Woozy, get in my buzz on. Fake buzz, 2701 Artesia Boulevard, Redondo Beach, California. Woozy, buzz.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is the kind of advertising you get when you partner with Comptonmania. Comptonmania bringing wrestling straight out of Compton, but yet we have some of the best production. We can help you bring your business to the next level. That's why you want to be a part of Comptonmania advertising. Not only that, you get to be promoted in front of our 11,000 Instagram followers, over 150 to 250 live audience members at every Comptonmania live show. Listen, you want to put your business in front of an audience, and there's no audience like the Comptonmania audience. Well, ladies and gentlemen, like I was saying not too long ago, we're talking about the feud. We're talking about the championship match taking place this Saturday. We're talking about Shiloh Greaves, the ignorant Shiloh Greaves, challenging the Comptonmania champion, the MFM, the urban juggernaut, Sean Black. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a look a little bit and check out what has kind of brought this match about. Let's take a look and see what it is about Shiloh and Sean and what we can expect this Saturday at Comptonmania New Year's Bash.
It's Comptonmania New Year's Bash. It ain't your average party. It's the last man standing match for the Comptonmania Championship. The challenger, Shiloh Greaves, battles the champion, the urban juggernaut, Sean Black. The relationship between Sean Black and Shiloh take us back to 2019 at the first ever Comptonmania show, as the tandem nearly was victorious in a tag team main event, even showcasing their dancing skills as Sean danced and Shiloh twerked. The match would become a no contest and would turn into a battle royal won by Shiloh Greaves. Yet Sean Black ended up celebrating and showcasing his friendship. Yet months later, as the wrestling community turned on Shiloh Greaves began to blame the urban juggernaut, even showing up at Mama Black's house and attempting to attack the urban juggernaut for spreading vicious lies. The matchup and the fight spilled all over Mama Black's house and yard. And yet the same attitude and air has reverberated itself in the Comptonmania community as Shiloh showed up at the Donkey Bong December hip hop party, which Sean was there to promote Comptonmania, but it turned into a melee as Shiloh then challenged Sean Black on site for the Comptonmania title. The matchup then spilled out into the alley, and Sean Black then attempted to take out the trash that is ignorant. Yet Sean Black, as he took out the trash, one of the most shocking moments took place as Shiloh Greaves went and attempted to go to the furthest heights. He attempted to steal a car and run down the champion. Shiloh Greaves attempted a crime on Comptonmania TV. And ladies and gentlemen, the urban juggernaut able to leap out of the way, but yet then, at Christmas Chaos, we found out that Shiloh Greaves was the one who stole the Comptonmania title at the Christmas party. Shiloh then declared his reasonings as he stated he desires to be the first ever true ignorant MFM. It's the last man standing match. It's Comptonmania New Year's Bash.
And ladies and gentlemen, listen, that is what's going down this Saturday. This matchup, this feud. I mean, friends have now become bitter enemies, and it's going back almost 5 years. And so, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see a straight up chunk 'em, a straight up fade like they call them in Compton, you want to be there this Saturday at Comptonmania New Year's Bash. Wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting notification we're getting visited by this gentleman who joined us here on Monday Night Comptonmania a couple weeks ago. We have this gentleman here. We're going to bring him on, Mr. Aaron Glass. Aaron, how are you, sir?
I've been better. I saw that little promo from Hellman Rosecrown. Did the guy just like take a bunch of words and mash them together to form a name? Hellman Rosecrown. Sounds like a test for dementia. I don't really know.
Well, Aaron, I saw it. Everyone on IG may have saw it if you're following Hellman Rosecrown. But for you viewers, if you haven't seen it, let's let them see what we're talking about because you're all up, y'all worked up. Let's just take a look and see what Hellman had to say.
Compton, home to many brave individuals. And it has a rich history, along with a promising future. Although it's plagued by prejudice, those from the outside looking in on the glass, thinking that they're better, window shopping like it's some sort of petting zoo. Well, Aaron Glass, we here at Comptonmania, none of us in this city have a glass jaw or a fragile ego. Unlike you and your so-called star client, you want special privileges? Well, that's something that none of us here at Comptonmania have been afforded. And whether we can fit the bill and afford your rate makes no difference, because I am making an official decree, a challenge to your star client. Come on out January 28th at the New Year's Bash, and you will be bashed with the harsh reality that the Comptonmania cowboy shoots first and deals with the rest later. Say no more. January 28th, it's over.
Well, we've heard the words from Hellman. I mean, he's saying a lot of calling you out, Aaron. And you did announce here on Monday Night Comptonmania a couple weeks ago that Mr. Paul London, former WWE Tag Team, multiple-time WWE Tag Team champion, former WWE Cruiserweight champion, your top client, was going to be making a debut here in Comptonmania. Sounds like Hellman is ready to issue the challenge to Mr. London. And how do you respond to his statement? You called in. You're here with us because you heard his comments. Tell us what's the deal, man.
Big mistake. Big mistake. We don't answer challenges. We make them. We go where we want, when we want, and we do what we want. Hellman doesn't get what he wants. This is how it works. He thinks he's some hero riding in on his little pony to save the day for Compton. All he is an entitled little Zoomer and a pretentious little brat. And you don't get our attention that way. The amount of disrespect that this little man has for us won't be tolerated. Okay? And he calls himself the Compton Cowboy. And I agree, he is a boy. He is a small little boy
That's disrespectful.
trying to play a man's game.
Oh, my
and
God.
You don't get in the ring with Paul London because you make a little challenge. Okay? The fact is, he doesn't afford our rate. He can't foot that bill. But I got something for him. Okay? I got a proposal. As you mentioned, this little promo that he did, big man talking, it went viral. And as you know, the glass ceiling is a lot of us. And one of our social media interns, our social media specialist actually, came across this little promo and he took exception to it. So the challenge is accepted, but not for Paul London. Hellman hasn't done anything for that. What, he won some like battle royale? Ooh, so intimidated.
Hellman is
When they
Hellman is
matter,
actually the number one contender. He was screwed out of the title. He won the Ghetto Gauntlet. Come on. He's
out of title. Where? That doesn't impress me. I don't want excuses. If he wants Paul London, he's got to prove it first. So I got someone for him. He's going to face CSJ.
CSJ. We've seen CSJ. CSJ competed in the Ghetto Gauntlet. What does CSJ have to do with you and your organization?
He's been working in our social media department, of course, like I just said, and he's been turning some heads, and he's been looking for an opportunity. And he said to me, Mr. Glass, I saw this promo and the disrespect coming out of Hellman Rosecrown's mouth, and I'm going to shut it for him. And I said, CSJ, you've been looking for that opportunity. You want a big opportunity, and this isn't exactly a big opportunity because it's Comptonmania, but I'll let you do it. Oh, Anthony, I'm sorry if I insulted you. So Hellman can try to ride off into the sunset a hero, but it's going to be hard to do when he's rocking that body cast.
So, Aaron, you've been really all over the place since you first debuted. You made your announcement. We saw your promo. We took forever to get an answer out of you. You tell us it's Paul London.
Forever. It took.
So now you're taking it back. You're telling us Paul is not going to be. Hellman is a perfect candidate. Wonderful wrestler, wonderful tactician in the ring. I mean, he's a match specialist. So you're telling me that you guys.
He's not on the level of Paul London. Whether or not Paul will be there is TBD. We'll see what happens. But he's not getting in the ring with Hellman Rosecrown. I'll tell you that right now.
Aaron, come on. All the paperwork has been signed. All the documentation. How are you reneging on that?
We signed that I'm going to make an appearance. We did not sign for a match.
Don't have me get our we have a lawyer on staff here at Comptonmania. I don't want to have to get no legal.
Your uncle doesn't count as a lawyer just because he watched LA Law or something.
Oh, my God. Come on. Aaron, come on, man. We're looking forward for Paul London. We're looking forward. Now, so you got CSJ working for you. Who else is working for you in this glass ceiling network that you have?
I'm not going to tell you. You'll find out. It's going to be fun. We're doing a little recruitment. We're going to see what happens. And I'm going to take a look at all of the talent in Comptonmania, and they better impress me, because either you're with us or you're against us. And if you're against us, you're going to get run over.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard from Aaron Glass. CSJ versus Hellman Rosecrown. Hellman has to earn his opportunity to face Paul London. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to miss it.
What's wrong with the little hard work, Anthony? What's wrong with the little hard work?
Hellman has deserved it. If you guys have been following Comptonmania, Hellman has worked his tail off. He just most recently defeated Raider, who's the one who cost him the championship at Comptonmania Anniversary. And he won the Ghetto Gauntlet, outlasting 29 other competitors.
Oh,
that man
you're saying
deserves
Hellman is the champion now?
He's not the champion, but
then why should Paul get in the ring with him?
Aaron, well, I guess we'll see you Saturday then. I guess you're saying we're not going to see Paul, but we'll see you Saturday.
We'll see what happens.
Wow, that's really exciting. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the Fishbone on Willow. We'll see. Let's check this sucker out. This is a 291. It's let's face strength. Body. Boy. Boulder. Boulder. Look at this fish that's standing right here. We'll see. We'll see. Make sure you come to 321 East Willow in Long Beach, California. The Fishbone.
It's Comptonmania New Year's Bash. It's the Comptonmania Women's Championship bout. Maserati versus Candy Girl. Best 2 out of 3 falls. Last time we saw Candy Girl, she stood victorious at the top of Comptonmania anniversary. Yet her 2022 was mired in controversy. Yet Candy Girl was able to recapture the women's title after Shiloh Greaves stood against all women wrestlers. Now a 2-time Comptonmania Women's Champion, Candy Girl continues to be the champion for all of women in the women's division of Comptonmania. Though Shiloh Greaves may have been the most egregious competitor to compete against Candy Girl, many voters, a part of the Comptonmania Awards, nearly voted Candy Girl and Maserati from last year's Where You From as Match of the Year. Candy Girl was pushed to her limits by Maserati, the female with attitude, and the former FSW and OVW champion nearly became the Comptonmania champion. Yet it was only merely by one mistake as Maserati went for the spin kick, and then Candy Girl capitalized and pulled it out of nowhere with the 1, 2, and 3. Well, the Comptonmania Board of Trustees are bringing Maserati back, and now it's a 2 out of 3 falls match. Will it be the female with attitude, or will it be the sweetest thing, Candy Girl? It's Comptonmania New Year's Bash.
I'm Lois Grain. Lois Grain. And you're watching Comptonmania. Comptonmania. Mania. This Saturday, Comptonmania. I go up against Auntie Heidi. Heidi in a coffin match. Coffin match. Wait. What? A coffin match? No, can you get my agent on the phone? I don't do coffin casket, no. Do you have his number? Okay, we're gonna need to... Okay, seriously? Who has my agent on the phone? This isn't happening. I don't do dead things, no. You have him on the phone? Is this a flip phone? Ew. Okay, we're shutting this down. This is off.
And ladies and gentlemen, there it is. There you saw Miss Lois Grain, her reaction to the notion that she's competing against Auntie Heidi in the coffin match. Ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday in the city of Compton, 821 West Rosecrown Avenue, Compton, California. Bell time at noon. You want to be there early. Get there by 11. But the bell matches start at 12 noon. And all the matches have wonderful stipulations because this is not your average party. It's the Comptonmania New Year's Bash. Every match has a stipulation, and this is the coffin match. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, Auntie Heidi almost became the Comptonmania Women's Champion if it had not been for Lois Grain, who interfered. And there we have it. As Lois interfered, Auntie Heidi lost, and now Auntie Heidi has been seeking after Lois. Ladies and gentlemen, this feud has been building up, and you can be there to see what happens. Will Auntie Heidi bury Lois Grain, or will Lois Grain be able to outsmart and outwit the maniacal madam that is Auntie Heidi? You got to be there to find out, ladies and gentlemen. And we just saw the promo for the women's title match. The women's title match, we have a rematch all the way from last year's Comptonmania. Where You From? It's Maserati taking on Candy Girl. Man, Maserati has been competing all across the world, and she's coming back to Compton to face Candy Girl. Last year, she was able Candy Girl was able to pull out a victory after it looked like Maserati was going to pull it out. But ladies and gentlemen, the Comptonmania officials have brought Maserati back, and this time the match is a 2 out of 3 falls because Candy Girl was able to get a quick pin count and get the victory, and a win is a win. But the Comptonmania Championship Committee, the Board of Trustees, Mr. Pissoff, they're all vying to make sure that the true winner is determined, and it's a best 2 out of 3 falls. That means you got to get a pinfall, 3 count, 2 times on your opponent. Ladies and gentlemen, that matchup is going forth, and that's going down. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, you missed it. Hellman Rosecrown issued a challenge to Aaron Glass and his top client, Mr. Paul London. And so for a moment, ladies and gentlemen, we were under the assumption that we would see Hellman Rosecrown battling Mr. Paul London, formerly of WWE, formerly the WWE 3-time tag team champion, former PWG tag team champion, former WWE Cruiserweight champion. We were under the impression for weeks that Aaron had been telling us that we signed contracts, that Mr. Paul London will appear. But ladies and gentlemen, now because of Hellman's disrespect, that's what Aaron said, because of his challenge, he challenged a man who claims that he's coming in here to defeat Compton and destroy Compton and to be real representatives and real wrestlers, and yet a wrestler's challenging him, but he doesn't want to face him. Ladies and gentlemen, it sounds crazy, but Aaron Glass said no, he doesn't get what he wants. And Aaron Glass has let us know that they have CSJ. CSJ will be their representative facing Hellman Rosecrown this Saturday. If you're familiar with CSJ, he competed here in Compton at the Comptonmania Ghetto Gauntlet. He was victorious in a triple threat and earned the last position in the gauntlet. And he was nearly close to he was one of the final individuals in the gauntlet. But CSJ, a wonderful competitor, but it sounds like he has a change of heart, tapping into partnering and being associated with Aaron Glass. CSJ, bro, what's going on? Ladies and gentlemen, you want to be there. Not only that, ladies and gentlemen, we have gotten special news. We have gotten a bulletin all the way from the desk of Mr. Pissoff. Ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday, Comptonmania will debut a new championship, a new title in the city of Compton. Ladies and gentlemen, that championship will be the Comptonmania Compton Boulevard Championship. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the Compton Boulevard Championship will be determined, and a winner will be crowned this Saturday. And ladies and gentlemen, to give you an understanding of the Compton Boulevard titles, that championship will be competed and be determined by Compton Boulevard rules. That means that championship is defended on site. Hear me, on site. 24/7, 365 days, no rules, no regulations, on site. If you're familiar with life in Compton, if you had beef with somebody, sometimes people say it determined, they claim it on site. If I see you on site, we getting down on site. And that's what the Compton Boulevard title will represent, ladies and gentlemen. So for that reason, that title is going to be defended the whole night. It's 24/7, 365. Oh my, you want to be there. It's Comptonmania New Year's Bash this Saturday, 821 West Rosecrans Avenue in the city of Compton. Once again, general admission $30, $15 for kids. Compton residents $25, Compton resident kids $10. Ladies and gentlemen, it is going down. It's going down, and you want to be a part of Comptonmania New Year's Bash. Come on, let's take a look at this right here. You can go ahead and get your Comptonmania merchandise available right now by going to ComptonMania.com.
It's me, the mother man. I can never show you my true identity. But Cameron, let me see a poster. Woolsey, Comptonmania, March 5th. Where you from? Be there. And ladies and gentlemen, join the mania by buying the merch. This shirt, where are you from? Special event, $35. Woozy. But let's take you back to the original. Comptonmania, $20. It's gone, but it's still here. And then the Comptonmania costs money. Credit or debit? Woolsey, we got it in white in the original green. This right here is how you become Comptonmania certified. Woolsey.
It's Comptonmania New Year's Bash. It ain't your average party. Willow Wolf battles Sad Boy in a blindfold match. At Comptonmania Anniversary, the tandem of Willow Wolf and Sad Boy nearly became Comptonmania tag champs. But Sad Boy, not happy about the outcome, laid his hands on Willow Wolf. Yet the monster Willow Wolf did not like that and put Sad Boy down. Willow Wolf left Anniversary standing tall. Yet Sad Boy, with his plans of revenge, attacked Willow Wolf at Comptonmania After Dark with throwing an unknown substance into the eyes of the rookie. Sad Boy laid Willow Wolf out, and doctors claim Rilla may have issues with his sight going forward. Will Sad Boy put the youngster Willow Wolf down, or will the animal lay Sad Boy out into the pasture? It's Comptonmania New Year's Bash. It's the blindfold match. It's Comptonmania New Year's Bash. It ain't your average party. It's the table match for the Comptonmania Tag Team Championships. The former tag champs, the Rockin' Rodeo Express, last summer during the podcast pit, on a promotional tour, were approached with the then challenging Doom Gods. The feud began, and the Doom Gods and Rockin' Rodeo fought all through the Jokesters Bar and Grill in Inglewood. And yet, this pushed forward as the Doom Gods, then at the Ghetto Gauntlet 2, defeated the Rockin' Rodeo Express and became the Comptonmania Tag Team Champions. The Doom Gods then began a tear, defending their titles and being the champions that they claimed to be. Yet following their tag team defense at the Anniversary 3, the Rockin' Rodeo Express, with chairs in hand, laid them out. At Christmas Chaos, we found out that the table match was set.
Oh, TMD. What's up, bud? What you want? What you got? Oh, I think you know what I got. It's something that you once had. These illustrious titles. And on the 28th, we will remain the champions when we put you and your little friend through tables.
And on Monday Night Comptonmania, we saw just how far the Doom Gods are willing to go to keep their titles. It's the table match for the Comptonmania Tag Team Championships. It's Comptonmania New Year's Bash.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's this Saturday. You want to be there? So much action. We got table matches. We got blindfold matches. We even have an I Quit match that's on the docket. We got a coffin match. We got a last man standing match. We got a best 2 out of 3 falls match. We got a disrespectful match as Aaron Glass disrespecting Hellman Rosecrown as he's saying Hellman's not worth getting in the ring with Paul London. So now he's bringing CSJ. I don't know what stipulation is going to be added to that match, but ladies and gentlemen, it's Comptonmania. Oh man, I'm telling you, it's New Year's Bash. You want to be there this Saturday. I'm so excited. Listen, Showtime is out right now. He's doing some of the final finishing touches for some of the behind the scenes stuff that needs to get done for us to put this event on. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what it's all about. about. We've been hustling, been working hard. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, also shouts out to Soul Iluna Productions, one of our many Compton Mania supporters. This past Saturday, they had the wonderful event of Metal Mania, went down at the Star Theater in Portland, Oregon. And ladies and gentlemen, that event was an awesome encounter. It was wonderful. The Compton Mania production team, the Compton Mania announce team, me and Showtime, we were out there. We had a wonderful time. And listen, Compton Mania is going to be returning to Portland pretty soon for another Metal Mania. It was a wonderful success. It was awesome, awesome, awesome. Some of the video can be seen on the Compton Mania page, some from our live stream that we went live, but definitely we come on, we just give a shout out to Soul Iluna, give a shout out to the Star Theater, shout out to Anarcho Pro Wrestling of Portland, Oregon. Come on, we've gotten some new connections, and Glitter Wizard, the heavy metal band that rocked the house, RIP that rocked the house, Oxygen Destroyer that rocked the house, and of course, Compton Mania's very own band extraordinaire, the undisputed world champions, rocked the stage. So ladies and gentlemen, we had a wonderful, wonderful time over this weekend. And listen, be on the lookout for the next Metal Mania. If you're not following Soul Iluna Productions, go ahead, start following them. They produce and promote a bunch of different concerts. You want to be a part of them. They have been supportive of some of the Compton Mania events. They have been some of our sponsors behind some of our big events. So we want to definitely give a large, huge shout out to Soul Iluna, and definitely go follow Anarcho Pro Wrestling. Look them up, of Portland, Oregon. Listen, they like our Portland, our Oregon cousins now. So we locked in with them. All right. So you want to go ahead and start following them. That's what it's all about. But ladies and gentlemen, back to this Saturday, what's going down in the city of Compton? It's Compton Mania, New Year's Bash. Listen, if you don't have anything going on, if you got to tell your uncle, you got to tell your auntie, you got to tell your cousin, you got to get everybody to come out. It's going down this weekend. This Saturday is your opportunity to be a part of something awesome, something great. It's New Year's Bash. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to know, and check this out. You have an opportunity to meet and see a debut like no other. Listen, you get to see the debut of Bishop, the Reverend Bishop Thunderbird. Yes, you heard it here. Reverend Bishop Thunderbird. Now, a couple months ago, back at Compton Mania anniversary, we saw that Bishop Fussyface came out, interrupted us, and told us that someone was coming. He said he was on his way. He's coming. And it sounds like Bishop Fussyface is representing and has letting us know that this is the man that he was speaking of. It's the Reverend Bishop Thunderbird. He makes his debut. He's wrestled all over California. He's wrestled all over San Diego, Northern California, and he's making his Compton debut at Compton Mania New Year's Bash. You want to be there. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rookie of the Year, the 2022 Rookie of the Year, Trivico, will be in action. And ladies and gentlemen, he won that award, and you want to come out and be sure to see what all the hype is about King Triv. You want to come on and see that. Jason Wild is in action at Compton Mania New Year's Bash. Ladies and gentlemen, the return of the one I like to call the Hood Hulk, Grundy, returns to Compton Mania. We haven't seen Grundy since last August, but ladies and gentlemen, he's in the building making his return. Ladies and gentlemen, we already shouted out the women's championship bout. It's going to be contested in a 2 out of 3 falls matchup as Maserati, the female with attitude, returns to Compton Mania as she goes one-on-one against the champion, the sweetest thing, Candy Girl. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Lois Grain, the CEO of Butt Wrestling Incorporated, battles the maniacal Madam Auntie Heidi in a coffin match. Ladies and gentlemen, we saw weeks ago what took place that brought that matchup. And ladies and gentlemen, will Heidi get the revenge that she seeks? Or will Miss Lois Grain be able to figure out how to walk on the dark side and get over on Heidi? Also, ladies and gentlemen, in our main event for the Comptonmania Championship, a last man standing match. A last man standing match that's going down. It's the challenger, the ignorant Shiloh Greaves, battling the urban juggernaut Sean Black. Ladies and gentlemen, also an I Quit match. Some dude chillin' takes on Aiden Way. Ladies and gentlemen, who will it be? Who will be the one to say, I quit? Also in the blindfold match, we have Rilla Wolf, Sad Boy. We saw months ago, Sad Boy tried to blind Rilla Wolf. He tried to end his career. And now he's getting ready to get Sad Boy on the same wavelength as they both will be blindfolded, and they get in the ring with this blindfold match. And ladies and gentlemen, for the Comptonmania Tag Team Championships, it's the Rock and Rodeo Express, the former champs, take on the current champs, the Doom Gods, God King, and Boom Shasta. Ladies and gentlemen, Boom Shasta is the winner of the 2022 Wrestler of the Year. Boom Shasta's been on a tear. He's been on a tear, and the fans have awarded him with Wrestler of the Year. My question, will that come into play? Now Boom Shasta has a push behind him. This fan base has been supporting him and are pushing him forward. How will God King be okay? Will the Doom Gods come out as champions? Will they come out with this great title defense after this great feud that we've seen between these two teams? Ladies and gentlemen, you get the chance to be there this Saturday. You gotta be there. That's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. But ladies and gentlemen, we already talked about this earlier tonight. We talked about it, and just Shiloh Greaves taking on the urban juggernaut Sean Black. Ladies and gentlemen, we've gotten some word from Shiloh, and I think we're going to go ahead and share that. Shiloh is making sure that he wants to let us know that he has something to say. Sean Black has been quiet. We haven't heard from Sean since their interaction when Shiloh tried to run him over, and then from Sean being attacked at the Christmas Chaos when Shiloh nearly took his head off with the championship belt. But we've gotten words from Shiloh Greaves.
Here is my problem with the urban juggernaut Sean Black. Yes, Sean, you are urban, but I do not see the juggernaut in you. Here's why. Does a juggernaut smile and do work with the community? No, juggernauts destroy things. And when I first met you, I thought you and I were going to destroy a whole lot of things together. But over the years, it hasn't been anything together. You and I have been destroying each other. It's even resulted in me pulling up to your mother's house to cause problems. This has gone on for years, and now I see you carrying the Comptonmania belt. You are the main guy now. You are the top guy, and that is problematic for me. Why? Do you know what's around the corner? Do you know what's happening in March? Do you know how many sick, demented freaks from around the world are going to be descending on Los Angeles? Are you going to be the man that actually defends the city of Compton? Are you really the motherfucking man? No, that's going to be me. I'm going to defend the city of Compton. I'm the one that leads us into battle, and I'm the one that puts the brand on their shoulders. Sean Black, you can show up being urban this weekend, but I'm begging you, bring a little bit of that juggernaut, because this is last man standing. And you're going to need that juggernaut in you if you want to be the last man standing.
It's Comptonmania, New Year's Bash. It ain't your average party. It's the I Quit match between some dude chillin' and Aiden Way. At the anniversary, the two did battle and found a mutual respect and formed the Team Cool Way. As the team was ready to be chill and challenge for the Comptonmania tag titles. The love that Aiden had for his Mama Way, took center stage at Comptonmania After Dark.
Oh my God! Oh my goodness!
The onslaught and attitude change that took place in Aiden showcased the anger and aggression. But the moment that some dude chillin' was rolled up by Boom and the Doom Gods were victorious, Aiden's attitude about the newly found friend some dude chillin' changed. And all it took was a boy who loves his mom to rock the world and the Comptonmania fan base with this shot, and then his mama's cane to the face of some dude chillin'.
Listen here. Some dude chillin', he's chill. I can be chill. But I got it, Mom. I got it. I can be chill. Mom, I got it. Let me do the thing.
We fight and we take what we want.
It's the I Quit match. It's Comptonmania, New Year's Bash. It's Comptonmania, New Year's Bash. It ain't your average party. It's the coffin match. Lois Grain versus Auntie Heidi. At Comptonmania anniversary, Auntie Heidi nearly becomes the women's champion, but Lois Grain, in her anger with the fact that Heidi got the shot, intervened and cost Heidi the match. Lois Grain may have just made the worst decision by infuriating the leader of something wicked. The curse of Auntie Heidi began a seek and destroy mission against Miss Lois Grain that spilled on the Christmas movie filming.
Why? Why are you doing this?
Well, there, Miss Lois Grain.
Will Lois Grain be able to outsmart Something Wicked's Auntie Heidi? Or will Heidi get her revenge and bury Miss Grain? It's the coffin match. It's Comptonmania, New Year's Bash.
Ladies and gentlemen, all the hype, all the fire has been shown tonight. You want to be at Comptonmania's New Year's Bash. It's going to be intense. We got coffin matches, table matches, I Quit matches, last man standing matches, best 2 out of 3 falls matches. We've got a blindfold match. We've got a new championship being introduced, the Compton Boulevard title. That means everybody is able to walk up to a champion and challenge on site. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Comptonmania New Year's Bash. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going down. It's going down this Saturday. You want to be there. Listen, we have special new sponsors taking part in this event. We got Donkey Bongs TV sponsoring this. We've got Clicks production company. They're a part of this. We've got the Remix Soundstage. They're a part of this. We've got Can-Am Dental. They're sponsoring this. We've got so many sponsors that it's out of the yin yang. We've got the Swag Event Center. Listen, they're one of our advertising partners, and ladies and gentlemen, they are putting in behind this event. Listen, you want to be a part of this. You want to be in the audience to take part. We're going to have some of the first table matches in Compton. We're going to have the first I Quit match in Compton. We're going to have the first blindfold match in Compton. We're going to have the first last man standing match in Compton. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going down. It's going down. Listen, it's driving me crazy thinking about what Aaron Glass said about Hellman Rosecrown. We'll find out this Saturday what exactly, who or what's going to happen. Is Hellman going to step in the ring with CSJ? Will Paul London show up? We're going to find out this Saturday. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to be there. It's Comptonmania New Year's Bash. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to be there. Come on, one more time. We got to show you what's taken part, what has led us up. We showed you earlier tonight, but listen, I feel like we got to show you. We heard the words of Shiloh Greaves. We got to show you one more time about this feud between the champ and the challenger. The main event taking place at Comptonmania New Year's Bash. It is the urban juggernaut, Sean Black, defending his title against Shiloh Greaves. We heard from Shiloh not too long ago, but let's just take a look at the history one more time to close out tonight's Monday Night Comptonmania and take a look at what's going to close out New Year's Bash this Saturday.
It's Comptonmania New Year's Bash. It ain't your average party. It's the last man standing match for the Comptonmania Championship. The challenger, Shiloh Greaves, battles the champion, the urban juggernaut, Sean Black. The relationship between Sean Black and Shiloh take us back to 2019 at the first ever Comptonmania show, as the tandem nearly was victorious in a tag team main event, even showcasing their dancing skills as Sean danced and Shiloh twerked. The match would become a no contest and would turn into a battle royal won by Shiloh Greaves. Yet Sean Black ended up celebrating and showcasing his friendship. Yet months later, as the wrestling community turned on Shiloh, Shiloh Greaves began to blame the urban juggernaut, even showing up at Mama Black's house and attempting to attack the urban juggernaut for spreading vicious lies. The matchup and the fight spilled all over Mama Black's house and yard. And yet the same attitude and air has reverberated itself in the Comptonmania community as Shiloh showed up at the Donkey Bong December hip hop party. Sean was there to promote Comptonmania, but it turned into a melee as Shiloh then challenged Sean Black on site for the Comptonmania title. The matchup then spilled out into the alley, and Sean Black then attempted to take out the trash that is ignorant. Yet Sean Black, as he took out the trash, one of the most shocking moments took place as Shiloh Greaves went and attempted to go to the furthest heights. He attempted to steal a car and run down the champion. Shiloh Greaves attempted a crime on Comptonmania TV. And ladies and gentlemen, the urban juggernaut able to leap out of the way, but yet then at Christmas Chaos, we found out that Shiloh Greaves was the one who stole the Comptonmania title at the Christmas party. Shiloh then declared his reasonings as he stated he desires to be the first ever true ignorant MFM. It's the last man standing match. It's Comptonmania New Year's Bash.
And ladies and gentlemen, Listen, it's going down this Saturday. I can't even say more about it. Ladies and gentlemen, we've seen all the footage. We've seen all the matchups. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to implore you. I urge you, listen, I triple dipple dog dare you. If you're looking for excitement, if you're looking for family entertainment, if you're looking for a good time, I challenge you to take part and come on out and be a part of Comptonmania New Year's Bash. It's going down. It's going down this Saturday. This Saturday, the bell time is 12 noon, 821 West Rosecrown Avenue in the beautiful city of Compton. Ladies and gentlemen, right now, you want to take part. Bring out the family. Bring out the kids. Listen, I want to challenge you. Whoever can bring the most people, listen, Comptonmania will go ahead and give you an award, give you a prize. But whoever can bring the most people, I challenge you. Come on out. Let me know. Say, hey, AD, I brought 20 people. Say, hey, Showtime, I brought 15 people. Say, hey, AD, I brought 30 people. Ladies and gentlemen, it's this Saturday night, this Saturday afternoon. Listen, I'm hyped. I'm ready. I'm thinking everything goes down at night, but it's going down at noon. It's Comptonmania. It is the New Year's Bash. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to be there. It's Comptonmania New Year's Bash. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your boy, Anthony Desiree, and this is Monday Night Comptonmania. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us. Please, please, please be there this Saturday for Comptonmania New Year's Bash.
It's me, the mother... Man, I can never show you my true identity. But Cameron, let me see a poster. Woolsey, Comptonmania, March 5th. Where you from? Be there. And ladies and gentlemen, join the mania by buying the merch. This shirt, where are you from? Special event, $35. Woolsey. But let's take you back to the original. Comptonmania, $20. It's gone. But it's still here. And then the Comptonmania costs money. Credit or debit? Woolsey, we got it in white in the original green. This right here is how you become Comptonmania certified. Woolsey.
Celebrate the new year
with Comptonmania. New Year's Bash.
Saturday, January 28th, 821 West Rosecrown Avenue in Compton, California.
Wrestling and hip-hop come together in this one-of-a-kind event.